I sent 60 emails in one afternoon promoting my apps. And 3 of those emails turned into articles on blog sites, with one of my apps jumping 58% in downloads. It cost me nothing except an afternoon. If you're looking for ways to market your apps, this is the video for you. Building the app, that used to be the hard part. You'd spend months building the thing, but once it was out, the rest would kind of take care of itself. You'd get ranked on the App Store and the downloads would just start coming in, and you'd start generating revenue almost straight away. Now, AI builds the whole thing in a weekend, and every other developer is doing the exact same thing. Now, the hard part is getting people to actually use your app, getting someone to know that your app even exists. That's where every new indie app developer seems to be struggling right now, because AI makes everyone a builder, but who's actually doing any marketing, and where do you even start? And I'm not talking about shoving some AI UGC video on TikTok. No, I'm talking about like good old-fashioned proper marketing. So today I'm giving you 3 things you can do this afternoon to get your app in front of more people, all for free, without having to rely on any App Store optimization, any UGC content, or any dancing on TikTok. Number 1, the ad exchange. Paul Hudson recently announced a link exchange program for indie app developers. Here's how it works. You put a little ad inside your app that links out to other indie apps. And every time your app shows an ad promotes your app in someone else's app, hence the name a link exchange. You get free traffic in exchange for, well, your traffic. Getting this thing set up is pretty easy. You just add the SDK to your app and you're good to go. And I'm usually against putting ads inside my apps. You just need too many downloads, too many active users to generate any actual revenue from them. But this isn't about turning views into revenue the traditional way. It's about getting your app seen by more people, which could actually convert into real downloads and even real subscribers. But you can play some 5D chess here too. Putting ads in your app also lets you sell the solution, a subscription that removes the ads. That's a win-win. I've been running my own version of this across some of my own apps the last few weeks. Just a simple link exchange between my own apps. And to my surprise, the top performing ad has a 10.9% click-through rate. It's a game that I built years ago and it just doesn't get any downloads anymore. But here it is all of a sudden getting installs again. 21 people clicked the ad and installed the game. That's pretty cool. Link exchanges are really nothing new. Back in the early days of the internet, before Google was even a thing, websites traded links with each other. Like I would put a link on my page and you would put a link on yours. And that's the inspiration for Paul's app link exchange. We all just kind of forgot that these old relics of the internet even existed. And then someone comes along and reinvents it for 2026. Which brings me to the number 2 way to promote your app this afternoon. And this one is another forgotten relic and another one from Paul, the old-fashioned press release. Yes, like an actual press release. Before we would promote our apps by spamming TikTok, we would write an actual press release. And you would spend the day calling up local newspapers, emailing blogs, and pitching to magazines in your niche. Turns out these publications were always desperate for fresh content to write about. And nothing has changed. Blogs are still looking for content to write about. You just have to get your press release in front of the right person and you can get yourself a free article written about your product. So the obvious question is, how do you even write one of these things and who are you supposed to send it to anyway? Luckily for us, Paul has already got you covered with this one too. His guide is called How to Make an App Press Kit Journalists Actually Open. He covers what a press kit actually is, how to get noticed, and what you need to put in it. So the other day, I gave this whole press kit thing a shot. I spent an afternoon writing to blogs in my niche, and I sent out like 60 emails. Of that, I've had 3 articles written up so far about my apps, with one of those apps getting a 58% increase in downloads. Now, 58% might seem like a huge number until you realize like it got 66 downloads last week and 104 downloads this week. It's a small sort of improvement, but it cost me nothing, and that compounds. Now, the third way to promote your app for free this afternoon, and this one needs a little bit of patience, but it's one of those things that once it pays off, it'll keep paying off for years. It's search engine optimization. And Max says SEO is the cheapest and laziest way to market your app. It won't give you a huge traffic boost immediately, but it will do the job in the long run. He built an app in a crowded space just a few weeks ago, set up automated SEO blog posts, and just let it run. And you can see for yourself the results. But he says something that I thought was really interesting. I personally think SEO is a fundamental part of app marketing, but it must not be the only one. You absolutely need to add more traffic through ads and organic distribution via TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, in order to get the distribution maxing. And I couldn't agree with this more. If you want to boost your App Store optimization, the best lever you can pull is actually getting more downloads off the App Store. This is what's called download velocity. It's the number of downloads your app gets from sources outside the App Store, like referrals to the App Store. So here's what I've been doing. Over the past few weeks, I've been registering a domain name for every single one of my apps. Then I pointed Fable5 at each and asked it to generate an SEO optimized website targeting the keywords people are actually searching for in Google. I made a whole video on this process with the exact prompt that I used. I'll put a link in the description below. But I can confirm this method is slow. There's no dopamine hit. You don't refresh your dashboard the next day and see some massive spike in downloads. But even if a couple of these keywords actually start ranking, that's an endless supply of free downloads for years to come. Not bad for an afternoon worth of work. You just have to put that time in now to reap the rewards later. So that's your afternoon of marketing covered. Join Paul's link exchange and get free traffic from other indie apps. Write a press kit and email some blogs in your niche. And then set yourself up with a real website. Get Fable to optimize it for you, then submit it to Google for indexing. All of these marketing methods are free. It costs you nothing. You just need to put in some extra time. Instead of chasing the next viral TikTok growth hack, you could be spending time doing actual old-fashioned marketing and moving the needle in places that nobody is actually looking or doing at the moment. A week ago, I had never done a press release in my life. I just thought that this stuff doesn't work. This week, I've got some articles published. So I'm curious, have you ever done a press release for your app? And did anyone actually write back? Let me know in the comments below. These are actual techniques that I'm using right now to slowly grow my app portfolio. I'll keep you updated with my progress. Subscribe so you don't miss out.